Alright, so I've already done my hair routine here. I'm going to do my face now. I've already used Photo Amazon peeling pad on my nose and my cheeks. Throw in a little bit of moisturizer on my face with SPF. SPF is important. You all know that though. You don't want cancer on your face. You don't want them to have to cut off a little piece of it and have a little scar there. Alright, I'm trying to do this as fast as possible so I don't take up too much of your time today. Doesn't need to be a mirror. It can be a piece of plastic. It can be a plate. But you're taking your color of concealer, something that matches your skin tone, but is also just a little bit lighter than it. Tiny bit lighter. Smear a little bit on there. Grab your color corrector. We're gonna color correct this. I've done a little bit of laser, so it knocked down. I've done like 3 months of laser until I ran out of money. Laser's really expensive, and the at-home lasers do not work on your face. It's useless to even try it, because I tried it for a while. Alright, so I got about that much color corrector and that much concealer. Now just swirl them together. Alright, so after you swirl, that should be a little closer. Oh, that's a good way to show it. It should be a little closer to your skin tone there. Get yourself your little brushy. Brush down. So brush down on the actual shadow, and the edges, just kind of feather it out a little bit to kind of blend it in with the skin around it. I'm also using that to cover up a little bit of the redness, because my face is very red. Whoa, whoa. Dancing in the street. Dancing in the street. Ooh, sweet, sweet music. Music everywhere. Around the world, dancing in the street. I should have paused it when it got boring. I'm sorry. Hopefully you fast forward through, because you get the idea. Sweet, sweet music, music everywhere. All right, so there we go. Next. Oh, and I just used like a cheap angle brush for this part. Oh, brands. This is e.l.f. I think e.l.f. is good for colors, concealer, and foundation. I use other things for the next step. I'll explain that later. So you want these sponges wet, but not damp. So you get it wet, you squeeze it out. I dry my hand off a little bit. I squeeze it out a little bit more. Trying to get it moist, but not soaking. Next, I use a matte color corrector around my eyes. I'm always forgetting steps. Primer. So your skin should kind of feel sticky when you put this primer on there. That's what you want. You want it to be sticky so your makeup sticks. All right, eyes. The eyes have it. Not too much, just a couple dots. Some people might say I'm doing this wrong. I've only been doing this about 6 months, so you don't have to, I'm not pretending I'm an expert here. So you're just using the sponge to dab her around. And just make sure you've got all the little cracks and crevices if you have any wrinkles. And then I dab what's left around my nose. So that right there is going to give you a nice even skin tone for your eyes and a nice surface for you to put on your eyeshadow, which is the next step. All right. So there's a couple types of brushes. Uh-oh. There's already brown on this, so that's fine for me to use. You don't want to go mixing different eyeshadows, because that'll make things look muddy. You don't want it looking muddy. So here's the palette. I'm going to use this one as the transition. The transition is kind of the undertone. And then I'm going to use this one around the sides to kind of give it the smoked look. So rub a tiny bit on there, tap it, because you don't want too much. Too much will cause fallout, and then you'll have to clean that up. So I'm only doing about halfway. Gross. I had a little like eye booger thing going on. All right. Got one side there. Gonna do the other side. Just little strokes. Boop, boop, boop. Now, my eyes are slightly hooded, deep set. You need to really know your actual eye style type or whatever you want to call it, because there's different methods for different eyes. If you have the fully hooded eye, it means that like your eyebrow kind of droops down over it, and there's a totally different method for a fully hooded eye. So look for tutorials based on your eye type. And if you go to a makeup counter, they'll tell you what your eye type is. That way you know. Just do keep in mind that they're there to try to sell you stuff. So they're gonna try to sell you stuff. But feel free to go to like the MAC counter. Here's the thing that you need to know. You can go to the MAC counter at Dillard's and ask them for samples of everything. So if you just want to practice makeup, go ask for samples. They'll give you a week's worth of a sample. And like, I've done it multiple times, so they really don't care. All right, so now I'm just adding the darker brown to the outsides. There's different ways to do this. I just do it the way that people tell me looks nice on me. So, all right, now you get yourself your fluffy brush, the fluffy eye brush, and I do like these e.l.f. eyeshadow brushes. They're good. So the windshield washer motion, that's how they all describe it. smooths it back and forth. That kind of blends everything together. And heck, why don't I throw some gold on here too? Don't drop stuff like this because that's gonna break your powder apart. Just take a little on your finger. Dab her around. All right, it might look like too much now, but I'm gonna fluff it off. There we go. How's that? You see the unfluffed, fluffed. All right, that's done. I'm gonna split this into 2 parts because it's getting long.